Oh, that's fine. All right.
Hey, yo, welcome to the Unleashed Performance Therapy Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Robert McNair. Robert, how are things going, man?
So far, so good, man. Just trying to stay warm here in Houston. We got cold weather. It goes
Man,
under.
it snowed here today. It snowed over here where I'm at.
No, sir.
It was snowing. It was nice. Yesterday in Lubbock, there were 60 car accidents in Lubbock
Mm,
and
Jesus
18
Christ.
injuries.
That's a Tuesday here in Houston.
It was nuts, man. Nobody over here knows how to drive when it's cold. It's
That's
ridiculous. How's your weekend been, anyways?
so far so good, man. Trying to get out of vacation mode, get back in the swing of school starting here pretty
Oh yeah,
soon.
for sure. We got school coming up next week.
Go back.
Well, our guest on the show is a longtime friend, Isaac Torres. He is a professional boxer, and he's got some training going down in Houston. Isaac, do you want to tell the listeners a little bit more about yourself, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Isaac. I box professionally. I train people professionally. But I've known Jamie. We go back since college, man. So I've known him for a bit. Right now getting ready for a few things, but I mean, I know we'll talk about that more right now in the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so how have things been going? It's been a while since I've seen Isaac. It's probably been 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer than that. So
Yeah,
it's good to be able to get on here and catch up with you, man.
yeah, man. What is it? Last time I saw you was probably at one of that return fight, wasn't it?
Nah, it might have been actually.
Yeah,
It might
right
have
down in the
been.
valley or something like that.
And you've fought since then, correct?
Yeah, I have fought since then. Man, it's just been a lot of things that have been going on, bro. I mean, just like as far as like with work and, you know, um, family things, training, all that kind of stuff. I mean, a lot of things get in the way, but uh, I have fought since that last time. I think it's been like three times since.
And you won in knockout?
So my I won those two. I won with those two or three. I won by decision. My latest
Okay.
one was a win by knockout.
Okay. I think I saw a video on Instagram of you hitting someone and then just hitting the ground.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was that last one.
I didn't know if that was the winning punch or if that was just a part of the fight.
Nah, yeah, that was a knockout shot right there.
Oh, anyways, so you've been professionally boxing for a while now. You've grown up boxing. How was it growing up doing that? Growing up in combat sports?
Man, dude, it was different, man. I mean, a lot of people don't really understand the type of stuff you have to go through when you're a child as well, man, and you are competing and trying to, be competitive at a national level when you're 11, 12 years old. I didn't have much of a childhood. It was eat, sleep, go to school. Once I was done with school, like we back then, like I know people, high school and kids, they get out now at like 3 o'clock, right? three
Hmm.
fifteen or something like that. Back then we weren't getting out till about 4:30, So I'd get out of school, man. I'd go home. I'd eat really fast. My mom, she owned a daycare facility, so like she was always working. She'd be working till about 5 or 6. So she would have some stuff ready for us to eat really quick. I mean, I'd eat, maybe do a little bit of homework, and then I was at the gym, man. And I'd be at the gym till about maybe 8:30,
Woo.
man, and then come home. Yeah, come home and eat dinner, do the rest of my homework, and do the same damn thing the next day. Uh, it got taxing, It got
I'm
taxing
sure.
over. Yeah, man, for sure. You get taxed big time over time, and I mean, Jamie, you saw it firsthand, bro. When I was at Texas State with you, man. Like I love to go party, I love to drink, I love doing all that, but
Uh-huh.
that was because my mom and dad were so strict, and they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me. The first time I ever drank alcohol was I was 21 years old, man. I had just turned 21, so like I really never
As you
took
should
part.
be when you first
Yeah,
drink
yeah. Well,
alcohol.
yeah, you ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong, right? But like it's like when you're in high school, that's where you try to get all of that out of your system before you go to school and shit like that, And
Yeah.
my parents weren't about that. They were like, nah, like you're gonna get in trouble. You have a name to uphold here in the valley and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So it was always like you got an image. You got an image. Your brother owns a karate school. Like my brother Tony was like huge in the martial arts down there. Like he had a lot of students in the martial arts. So like our name down there was just like it was relevant. So
It was all
anything that
boxing all the
I
time.
yeah, that's what it was, man. And like and and so it does, man. I did get kind of burnt out after a while and stuff, but like it just comes with it. And I'm sure there's a lot of athletes out there that it's the same thing, like it's
And
tough, man. Trying.
you were in martial arts too, right?
Yeah, so that's another thing, bro. Like I grew up in the martial arts first before I even started boxing. So I was 4 years old. I had no choice, man. My dad put me
Mm-hmm.
into the martial arts when I was 4, so it was like this is what you're gonna do, and like dude, I was pretty good at it, So like that, and then when I started fighting people in the martial arts that were a lot bigger, because in the martial arts you fight people your age and ranking, which was like advanced black belt, beginner, which was
Mm-hmm.
white, yellow, or orange, But dude, man, sometimes these fucking guys were huge, bro, and I was a little
Yeah, I'm
Mexican kid,
sure.
Like I was like, dude, like I'd be fighting these big ass kids, and I'm like, damn, like dad, like you gonna let me fight this guy? And my dad's like, man, he's your age, man. Oh fuck. So dude, sometimes I got hurt, bro. Like at the state championships, I would
Yeah.
see guys from like Fort Worth, and they were big white boys, and I'm like, oh damn, I gotta fight this dude. And in the martial arts, bro, you're just not boxing, bro. They're throwing kicks
Yeah.
too, So I mean, they would kick me, bro, and I'd fake injuries. I'd fall down and fucking grab my arm, and my dad would be like, "Get up, get up." He knew I was joking too, right? And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"Fuck!" So I'd get up and have to finish the fight. Uh,
Man.
but yeah, man, and that's what switched over the transition, because I told my dad, "Hey, man, like I'm getting my ass kicked to these guys. Like I want I
Yeah.
want to do something more fair." So that's when he put me into boxing.
So that's
Okay. Okay.
so
Yeah,
when you started with the martial arts and then
yeah.
transitioned to boxing. When you started transitioning, was it hard to when you were in the ring to keep from like grabbing somebody or throwing a knee or something?
So a lot of people actually ask me that, man. A lot of people always do, and no, it wasn't hard. My dad he would tell me. He's like, hey, you can't kick, man. And I'm just like, no, I know. I remember my first fight. I was 8 years old, man. I was getting ready to step up into the ring, and my dad reaches over into my ear, grabs my headgear from the back, and pulls my head. And he's like, remember, you can't kick. And I turn around and I look at him, and I'm like, I know, I know. At 8 years old, man, I know, man. And he's just like, all right. And I got in there, won my first fight, which was nuts, bro, because I fought a dude with like, I fought another 8-year-old, which is unheard of though, but like I fought another 8-year-old with like 25, 30 fights, and it was my first fight ever in,
Dang.
in, in boxing. And so it was kind of like that's when my dad was like, oh shit, yeah, and my kid's got it, like, um, and it was my first boxing fight, but everyone was coming up to me. They're like, hey man, you ever fought before? And my dad kept telling me, don't say nothing, but I would tell him, I was like, yeah, well, I mean, I was in the martial arts. I had already done like kickboxing fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, this fucking kid's been fighting since he was a kid, little fucking kid. So yeah, but it turned, hey man, it evolved pretty good from then, man. And then I was on a good path, dude, until I got into my car accident in Texas State.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when everything went to shit, bro.
So
Yeah.
I know how deep you made it in the game. You want to tell everyone else a little bit more about how far you went, what you got to see, what you got to experience, and kind of what it takes to be competitive in boxing in the sport.
So especially like I mean, this is with it when it comes to any type of sport. If you're trying to be at the top of your game, I mean, bro, you're gonna hear this word everywhere. It's sacrifice. It's
Oh, for sure.
you gotta sacrifice, man, and you got and like me, I did, man. I sacrificed for a long time, and then when I became an adult, I was like, hey, man, I make my own money, I do my own things. I was like, I want to fucking live a little, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, and but bro, like sacrifice is the biggest thing. That's the word you're gonna hear that gets thrown around in every sport. You know, and it's just not sacrificing like your food. You gotta sacrifice the nightlife. There's gonna be times if you're married. I mean, sometimes you gotta sacrifice being away from your family. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it comes with the territory of being a champion, man, and especially in boxing. Um, and you know, like it's just staying on the right path, bro. That's really what it is to be competitive and to be great at a sport. I mean, it takes time. You got to be in it every day, and you got to be committed, man. I mean, it's either one foot in, one foot out, man. You got to have both feet in, or but you're gonna have both feet out. You can't be one and one, man. I mean, you got to go all in. And lately, like that's what like when I what I was saying to myself was that, you know, like this whole new thing, I know we'll talk about it, is this whole new team combat league, man. Like that's another thing that just like motivated me even more, you know. Like
Yeah.
I got picked for the team and stuff, so like it's like it just motivated me. There's got to be always a lot of us fighters, man. We train all year round. That's the thing, though. You know, like we're always training. So I don't per se watch what I eat all the time, but like a lot of us do watch what we eat all the time, and what we drink and all that kind of stuff. So like it's you know, when you have a fight that's coming up, it motivates a fighter. You know, when you got a contract
Yeah, for
signed or
sure.
something like that, like you're just like, I got a date, you know, so like it's
Mm-hmm.
time to like let's pick things up and stuff. So
And I've
um
seen you with that motivation too
yeah,
beforehand,
exactly. Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
bro.
a different person, man.
Yeah, man. Like
100%.
I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. You know it, Jamie. I love to drink, bro. Like for my last fight, man. From my last fight, I every day, bro. I'd have one of my like other trainers that I teach boxing with. He'd be like, "Hey, bro, let's go ahead, let's go to dirt." And I'm like, "Bro, no, bro." Like, but like if I didn't have a date locked in, you know, I would have been like, "Fuck it, let's go have a couple beers," and I'd probably have fun. Not just a couple, you know. I'd be there with him for a minute, you know. So like it's just something like that that's like
Uh-huh.
that motivation of the date and all that kind of stuff. That's when it becomes you're like a professional, you know, like the amateurs, man. Like when I was in amateur boxing, it was a whole different like ball game. Like it's night and day, you know. Like I was always cutting weight. I was always
Mm-hmm.
you know, keeping my weight low and stuff like that because we had fights almost every month, you know, or every other weekend there was a fight somewhere or a national tournament or a qualifying tournament to get somewhere. So it was a little bit different when, and then plus, I mean, I was at home. My mom would cook my meals. You know, I had
That's got to be
everything
tough on your
ready.
body.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm
Tell me about it
sure.
right now. Right now, I'm cutting weight for this TCL thing,
Uh-huh.
and bro, oh my god, it's like I'm starting 3 months out, but it's like, dude,
Uh-huh.
like I bet, man. I look at some of these the damn Dos Equis in the refrigerator, and I'm like, damn, just looking at them. But I'm like, nah, like I
So I
can't.
want to talk more about that too, because I'm curious, because I've never heard of it, but I saw that you made the Team Combat League team there in Houston's, and I want to know more about it. It looks pretty cool. Uh, the video that you posted was insane, so I want to talk more about that. Tell us what's
Yeah,
going on with
man.
that.
So this is we're essentially like a basketball or football team. You know, we have there is going to be 18 fighters. So there's 9 of us. So it's 9 weight classes, including 2 female weight classes. And excuse me. But they are selling, this Team Combat League is selling 1 round fights. So it's not like you have a 10 round fight where you're going to be like Shakur Stevenson. People were so bored with one of his last fight, right? Shakur's. And then like you have a bunch of fighters that, you know, they put people to sleep sometimes, you know? Uh so what Team Combat League is doing is that it's a team fight and you go like 22 rounds, right? But you go 1 round is one fighter, then the next round is the next fighter, and they come in each round
Dang.
like sort of like a tag team, right? So there's never a dull moment. You got to go balls to the wall. Like every round is balls to the wall because you're getting judged by the team, each guy that
Yeah.
comes in. So that's what Team Combat League is selling. They're just like one round fights, but it's a team thing. So
Is
like
this
you
a
got to
new
win.
thing? How long has this been around?
So this is only its second season. So the
Okay.
first season they had a big hit, so I guess a lot of people liked watching it. I guess I mean I know they're like airing it on they air it on YouTube TV. That's where they're streaming it is going to be. Um and now, man, yeah, dude, they made a Houston team, and what's crazy is that like it's just brought in a lot of real boxers because
Yeah.
the season one was a lot of amateur guys and a lot of professional boxers that probably had maybe one or two fights, or it was like guys that were just coming off the street, and who could actually throw some hands, and probably made the team, But now it's like real fighters are now like jumping in on this, bro, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
just like that the BKFC, like how they have like old professional boxers and old
Yeah.
MMA fighters fighting each other for bare knuckles. Same thing with the BYB, like they got that triangle ring and they got guys fighting bare knuckles, but they were boxers and MMA fighters and stuff. So it's just like a whole bunch of new leagues that they're trying to do. And I think this one right here, bro, is the one that's going to be like the one that's going to pop off the most because just like bare knuckles. I mean, bare knuckles is bare knuckles, man. You get a
Yeah.
knockout, you get a knockout. It's brutal, that shit.
Yeah.
But like this, man,
Dangerous.
I think, yeah, hell yeah, very dangerous. But I think this thing is gonna probably pick up a little bit, because man, you don't ever see someone trying to like just box and move around. Nah,
Yeah.
the
I
every
love the
single one of them is,
concept.
well, yeah, hell yeah, bro. It's awesome.
For sure, you got to go in with a completely different game plan and tactic.
Exactly.
Like you said,
Yeah.
it kind of keeps you on your toes because you have plenty of boxers. Okay, they got a game plan where they're kind of playing, filling them out, doing the defense thing for several rounds. But like you said, a different boxer each round. That's
Yeah.
100% each round.
Yeah. You got to go balls to the wall, bro.
It's
Like
a
there's
full attack mode.
Yeah, it's a sprint, man. That's what we call it. It's like, hey, it's a sprint. You got to go, and there's
Mm-hmm.
no feeling out. That's what it is. There's no feeling out round, man. It's a goal from the gate, and that's what's pretty cool, bro. Like, I mean, shoot, when I first when I first heard of it, I was like, man, this shit might just tank, bro. Like, who wants to
Yeah.
see something like that? But then, like, I started watching it, and I was just like, dude, this is some good stuff right here because it's like, dude, you see people getting dropped almost every round, or you see someone
Yeah.
getting hurt every round, and it's like, damn. And then you also see
And we
some
love
of
when
the
that happens.
hell yeah, who doesn't like watching a knockout, bro? Like, yeah, like so. And so I was like, dude, I'm gonna try this shit,
Uh-huh.
and just thank God that like it was my head coach, my head boxing coach. He is our head coach for the team as well. So it's like, dude,
Okay.
it just yeah, it works out badass.
That's cool. So are y'all training as a team or is everybody just training individually?
No, everyone trains as a team. Yeah. We train as a team at the gym at Main Street Boxing. We all train there at like noon, and yeah, bro, we have to train as a team, and they check our weights. They do all that kind of stuff. But like, I know they're not checking our weights until March. But like, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, dude, like it's a real deal, man, and like we getting
And
paid some
what
good
weight are you
money.
fighting at?
I'm fighting at 126.
Okay. And what are you right now?
Yeah, right now probably about 150.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah, it's a long cut, bro,
Right.
but like.
Yeah.
But you see
I've
me
seen
do it, man.
yeah,
You
I've
see
seen
me
you
do
drop
it.
it like
Yeah,
it's
you see me
ridiculous.
do it. Yeah, man. But the thing is, though, is that like what's crazy is that we got to hold this weight for 5 months. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Yeah, man. It's a whole season. It's like an actual football or basketball season, bro. Because we're
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
fight. Yeah, bro. We're gonna fight. DC comes to Houston, March 28th. April 4th, we go to Vegas, and then the following week after April 4th, San Antonio comes to Houston. Then we have like a bye week, and then we end up going Arizona, and then New York comes to us. It's like, yeah, bro. It's for 5 months we're gonna be fighting, and then there's a mega brawl. There's a mega brawl, like the championship is the mega brawl, and that's gonna be over in London.
No way.
Yes. But we got to make the mega brawl.
Yeah, you
Houston
got to
needs to
make it.
make it. You got to
Okay,
make it. Yeah,
man, that sounds exciting, man.
It's,
yeah,
it's,
dude. So
it's cool, man. I'm actually on the website looking at the schedule and stuff like that. I
yeah,
think I just like the team aspect that it brought to like the
For
individual,
sure.
yeah,
because it's
bro.
almost
Yeah,
like you got a baseball lineup. You got to put you got to be smarter where
exactly,
you're lining people up. You might have fighters that
exactly.
aren't as strong. Okay, let's kind of gather them and then let's finish strong. That's
Yep.
pretty
Yeah,
dope,
and
man.
you always look at these individual sports, and you only have to rely on yourself being ready. Now you have to
Right.
rely on your entire team being ready to make this mega brawl.
Yeah, bro. That's what's different. Like now, like it's. Yeah, I love the concept, bro. It's
Me
it's it's
too.
something that's gonna bring out like a different viewing party. Like you got these hardcore boxing and MMA people that just like love watching just boxing and MMA. But like I think this brings out a different crowd, man, because it's dude. I mean, I like the concept. Shit, you
For
give me
sure.
one round, 2 rounds. I'm good with that. Like shit.
You would think that they'd be promoting this a little bit more
I that's the thing that I'm like. I mean, they have
because,
been. I mean, but on Instagram. But I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
man, that's pretty cool. And your first fight is the 28th of March, is what you said.
Yes, yes,
There
in
in
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah,
Well,
in
that's
Houston.
nice to be able to open up the season in your hometown.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, for real.
Well, I guess quote unquote hometown because you're a
Yeah,
Valley
quote
boy.
unquote. Yeah, for sure. 956, man.
Oh man. So other than the boxing and training for Team Combat League, I know I've also seen you doing a whole bunch of marathon or half marathons is what you've been up to. What
Yeah.
is training? How is the training for that, man? Because I cannot run that long whatsoever.
So honestly, bro, I'm gonna tell you what got me into running these fucking half marathons, man. Um, Last year, uh, I was getting ready for a fight, and I was getting ready for one of my fights, and I have a homie of mine who's like loves running, bro. He loves running. There's just something wrong with it, and it's like um, he's like, "Hey, let's go for a run, bro. We'll run in the mornings. I'll run with you in the morning so you can drop that, so you can lose that weight, right? Because usually, bro, when we run just to lose weight, bro. It's not really running long distance does not translate to boxing
Yeah,
whatsoever. I don't care. I
yeah,
don't care what any of the old school trainers say. They're like, "Oh no, you just need to run more miles." Nah, bro, that does not work for boxing, bro. So I was doing it to lose weight and because that's the way you lose weight, you run, and
uh
so I was like, dude, he was like, let's go do 6 miles, and I was like, man, 6 miles, bro, I
oof.
don't think I can fucking do that. I told him like that. He's like, you can do it. He was telling me. So we run 3 miles, and we stop, stretch out, shit. And then we run another three, and I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, that wasn't too bad. Then, bro, it was like we did like a few weeks of just like 5, 6 miles, which I was cool, bro. And then he tells me, hey, let's go run on a Sunday morning. And he tells me we're running 6. This son of a
Uh-huh.
bitch, bro, made me run 15 miles, bro.
Oh
15,
man.
yeah, and I didn't know my fucking way back to the gym, bro. We were all the way. The gym is downtown, and we're in the River Oaks area, bro. I'm just like, what the hell are we doing over here, bro? My house is right there. I was like, I can run home from here, and I was like, Pablo, bro. He's like, nah, I was like, I was gonna call an Uber. I swear to God, but
Oh.
my watch died on me, so I couldn't get the Uber. And yeah, bro. So I finished these damn 15 miles, right, with him. And oh, I swear to God, the next day, bro, I was hurting. But eventually, bro, like that 15 miles, bro, we go and we hit an 8 miler. Like probably 3, 4 days later, we hit an 8 miler, and it wasn't shit. And I was like,
Yeah.
bro, like I was like, why doesn't this feel? I thought I'd feel like shit. And he's like, nah, man, you just had to knock that one out the way. And so now, bro, now that I usually run like half marathons and stuff, bro, I will not run. Like if I go for a jog, like just to warm up at the gym, it was
Uh-huh.
like at that time, like when I would go run, bro, I wouldn't run nothing less than 6. Nothing. So like it just started, yeah, it just started picking up like that. And so he was all like, "Hey, let's sign up for a half marathon." And I'm like, "Bro, I don't know if I can do that." He's like, "You already have." He's all like, "You just got to get past that 10-mile threshold." And bro, he wasn't wrong, bro. Like we ran the first Houston half, me and him, and I ran a half marathon in like an hour and 32 minutes. And and I was like, shit, bro, I want to break that time now, you know?
Yeah.
And so G, fucking
Yeah.
Christian Gergis, he was like giving me these like these like running types of workouts, bro, for like to build
Yeah.
up my endurance and stuff for half marathons. Well, I was doing
Mm-hmm.
them, but it started getting into like it was taking up too much of my boxing time, you know? So like I would do all his workout, and then bro, by the time I get to the gym, I'd be like, oh, like I ain't doing this
Oh
shit, you
man.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I stopped doing G's workouts. But dude, it was helping, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
then I go and I run Aramco. I ran the Aramco half marathon, and I fucking PR'd. I broke my PR, but and I was heavy at that time too, bro. And I can only imagine if I was like 20 pounds lighter or 15 pounds lighter, I probably would have been able to break it even better. But yeah, man, training for that really just came along with just like my homeboy that loved running, and he was like, let's just go run. And I was
Yeah,
like, all right.
I can't do that, man. The most I've ever run consecutively at once is 7 miles, and I was limping off of the Spartan track.
Oh,
It
really?
was bad, yeah.
Oh,
And so,
fuck.
like, if I go run right now, the most I can run at once is maybe I can make it to 4 miles,
Yeah.
maybe.
You ran with me and G one time like 4 miles, and that was like right
Yeah.
after a couple months, like a year after your surgery or something. You were doing pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. I was like, damn, this guy's
Yeah.
in shape, bro.
If there was a minute there where I was seeing you post about the half marathons, and I was gonna say I'll go run a half marathon with you if you come run a Spartan race with me.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. Hell yeah. G was supposed to come run a half marathon with me over here, but then I don't know what happened, dude. But
Man, that man's busy, 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 I'm sure.
yeah, probably. I mean, shit, bro.
Oh,
I saw him run a full marathon not too long ago, and he was running like 6 minute miles. I was like, yeah, nah, fuck that.
mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Rob, have you ever run a marathon or half marathon?
Nah. Highest I've ever done do like little 5Ks, but with the soccer,
Yeah,
I run, but haven't done
not
anything
like
like
that.
organized. Yeah,
Say I
but
run, but I don't run.
yeah, yeah. Isaac saying, man, when he said once you get past that 10 mile threshold, I mean, you
Yeah,
that runner's high. Once you get in that runner's high, you're just going, and
yeah,
before you know it, you're already up there. But then you're gonna pay for it the next day.
yeah, for sure, man. And that's
That-
because what's crazy, bro, is that like my homie he don't run with music, bro, and it's like it's psychotic, dude.
oh,
It's psychotic. I'm
Mm-mm.
watching him, but like when I run with him, I
Nope.
won't run with my earphones either, right? Because like we're talking, but then he stops talking, bro. He stops talking like 2 miles in, and I'm like, well, shit, we got like 7 more miles of this shit,
You start
not
singing
talking.
or something.
Yeah, man. I'm like, fuck.
run in silence.
Yeah, and I'm telling, hey
Uh-uh.
man, where we going, man? Where we going now? They just like this way. And I was like, bitch, the car's back that way, bro. Yeah, bro, he's nuts though. But like that's who got me into running, bro. Was my homie Pablo, and it was like now, like I don't run as often now, like because my coach did get on me, bro, about it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
my coach was like, you guys are running too much. You're worrying too much about your weight than about actually working what's gonna help you win fights. So
Yeah,
yeah, so like that's when I was kind of like, you know what? They've been telling Pablo for years that like not to be running that much and stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna listen to this fool. I was like, my coaches are here for a reason, you know. So like, my coach was like,
yeah,
don't run anything over 5 or 6. He's like, and if you're gonna run 3, you run the 3 fast as you can, so you can accelerate that heart rate. I'm just like, all
for
right,
sure.
yeah.
Wow, man, that's tough. I would like to be able to run that sometime, but I don't know if I could do it right now.
You gotta have some
Uh,
good shoes, man. It's the shoes. All the shoes are the biggest thing. I run in
um,
Nikes. My girl tells me not to run in Nikes because that they hurt my feet. But dude, I never had a problem with my vapor flies ever, bro. The Nike vapor flies, never. But yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Whenever I ran in Nikes, but if anybody ever asked me, I would definitely tell them other shoes. But that's just me. Like you
Yeah.
said, I run in Nikes.
yeah.
And they've been
I got
good.
a pair of Brooks that I run in and a pair of On Clouds that I run in right now.
How are the on clouds? I've heard on clouds are pretty good.
They're good, man. I like them. I can tell the difference when I put on other shoes
Oh, really?
versus those. Yeah,
Oh,
I can tell the difference. But I
yeah.
mean, I haven't pushed it to that 5 mile limit yet. So I don't
Yeah,
know what that looked like.
I feel you. I had some Nikes, bro, that are like 5K. They're like 5K shoes, and I ran like 6 miles in them, and I definitely felt it. Like you can feel the padding. It's not like it wore all down, all that stuff. So if you ever do run in Nikes, I would run in marathon shoes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap this up, man, what's the one piece of advice you'd give anybody to that wants to compete in boxing? What's that one piece of advice that you'd give them before, like something that you would have wished you would have known a long time ago?
I mean, honestly, man, I would if anyone that's trying to pursue boxing, I would probably tell them, bro, like, don't listen to very many people. I would listen to your coach. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
dude, boxing, bro. Boxing is a dirty sport, bro. It is a dirty sport. Um, when you're inside, like when you're inside the whole thing, like you don't really see it, man. You don't really see it because you're in the mix. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're boxing, bro. I can say like when you're actually fighting. There's certain things you don't see when you're actually in the mix fighting that your corner is seeing on the outside. That's why you have
Mm-hmm.
your cornerman. You know, that's why you have your manager. That's why you have your coach. That's why you have your agent or whatever it is, bro. Because even though they can be dirty, I mean, always be, always watch, read the contracts, always read them.
Yeah.
I know, it's just certain things that happen in this sport, man, that a lot of fighters probably could have avoided. Um, it's a dirty game, and just got to be smart. Keep your head on right, and have the right people around you. That's what I
Yeah.
say to any young fighter that's coming up is,
Mm-hmm.
have the right people, trust the right people, because this game, man, I mean, it's a beautiful sport watching it, man. But when you actually know what's going on inside the ropes, it's just as bad as any other one, man. It's just as
Yeah.
corrupt. Yeah,
That's some good advice, man. That's some really good
yeah,
advice.
yeah, man.
Well, go ahead.
My bad, Amy. So you said your family's name was well known. Was it in the valley, right? Your brother had the karate going, and everybody knew you. So when you got into like middle school, high school, did you ever get tested? Was there ever
Oh, bro, yeah, that's
Bro,
what
you know,
knowing that.
boxing movies, the kids are going through school and the people are testing them. And they're like, "Nah, I don't want to use these hands on you. They're dangerous." So
Oh yeah, man. I got into plenty of school street fights, man. I got
Especially
expelled
there in
from
the
a
valley, man.
yeah, yeah. I got expelled from one school, like a higher education school I was at. My dad had put me in because he was like, "Well, no one knows Isaac, and over here in this school, it's going to be a lot of kids that just want to go to school." Hell nah, man. I remember it was my first week of school, man. I was already getting shit because I boxed out of Edinburgh, Texas, at Edinburgh Parks and Rec. That's where like my main gym, the gym that I would like started at, and the school was in Edinburgh. Um, my dad would drive me from Mission to Edinburgh every day to drop me off and stuff. Well, I guess, man, I don't know what it was, but one of the older kids, like one of the freshmen or sophomores, I was because they had seventh grade all the way to high school, and guess one of the older classmen recognized me because he plays basketball at the Parks and Rec there in Edinburgh. And dude, it started from there, bro. It just took one guy to recognize me and say, "Oh, that's that fucking boxing kid. That's that kid from there that they talk about and this and that." And that's how it started, man. And I remember I was in class. We had lockers at that time, and It was probably the end of the year. I was getting shit from this one guy named Travis, bro, for like the whole school year. I remember the whole school year. He would just talk shit to me, man. And I was younger, so I was just like, dude, man, I don't want to fight this fight. It was my first time ever going to get into a street fight too, you know. And my dad's the one who made me fucking go do it, you know, because like, dude, I guess this guy was like a skater kid, so like they were all at the skate park, like which is like 2 blocks down the street from the school. And I come back to the car, and my dad's like, I'm all sad and shit. I'm just like, oh, like I didn't want to talk. My dad's like, dude, my dad goes, what the fuck happened? And I'm just like, nah, man, that kid just keeps bothering me. He's like, who? And I was like, that Travis kid. And he goes, do you know where he's at? And I go, I know they went to the skate park. Bro, my dad drove me to the fucking skate park. And my dad tells me, bro, he's like, get down and go fuck him up. And I'm like, what? I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? So, dude, I do what my dad tells me to do. I get out and I'm like, hey, Travis. And he turns around and he looks at me and he has all of his friends with him. And I go, we're out of school, motherfucker. I go, come on, let's throw down right now, like that. And bro, I thought he was gonna be. I was hoping to God that he would just be like, oh man, fuck you, and walk away. Bro, he threw his fucking skateboard down and came walking towards me, and I was like, oh shit, right? And I didn't know what to do, bro. I kind of froze a little bit, and then my dad, well, he's in the car next to me, and he's like, you better fucking kick his ass, right? And once he walks up to me, bro, I just fucking react. And I bam, 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 I drop him to the ground, and his friends come running, and that's when my dad goes, get in the car. So I jump in the ride, and we peel out, bro. The next day, they call me into the school, and they have a police officer. Travis is sitting down right there. His mom is sitting next to him, and bro, I was like, I had to call my parents to come, and they expelled me from the school. But Travis didn't press any charges because, like, I was all like, bro, you all year you've been like fucking with me, man, all year, man, you know it too. And like, he didn't say anything. So his dad tells him, man, why didn't you pick your fucking hands up, man? He's like, he was so like, I don't know. But they were just, yeah. And then so they kicked me out of the school, bro, and I had to go back to my junior high school there. And bro, I got into another fight there with this guy named Joey Castillo. Then when I moved to high school, that was when it was worse, you know, because I'm from Mission, the Mission kid. I would come out in the Citrus Parade, all this type of shit. So it was always like something, bro. And the worst fight that I probably like, bro, he hit me and we fell to the floor and shit, was with this like senior football player. I was a sophomore, and yeah, bro, he fucking jumped me going to the locker. Well, first he threw my clothes, bro. Yeah, because I was in cross country, and we'd run in the morning, and we'd share the locker room with the football players. And I had my clothes hanging on my locker, and he threw my clothes in the shower, like the clothes that I was gonna wear that
Oh
day after
man,
I ran. Yeah, bro, he threw them all in the
nah.
shower. Yeah, so like I was pissed, bro. I was pissed, and I called my dad. He brings me clothes, and my dad tells me, you better fucking do something today. He goes, you better fucking stand up to yourself today. I said, all right, man, all right. And bro, I'm walking back into the locker room, and that son of a bitch is sitting right there, bro, sitting on the bench, right?
Uh-huh.
And he like looks at me, and I go, hey man, you threw my clothes in the shower, and he's just like, he looked at me up and down, and he's like, yeah, bro, I'll never forget it, bro. I had my homeboy Robert was standing next to me, like he was still where his locker was at, and I had my belt in my hand, dude, and I fucking slapped that dude so hard with the buckle of my belt, bro.
Ooh.
Wham, dude. But he had to get stitches on his lip and stuff, and bro, I jumped on him, bro, and started fucking punching him, and then I was trying to put the damn belt around his neck and shit. It was crazy, bro. And but yeah, bro, he left me alone after that. He never fucked with me again. No one fucked with me after that. That was it.
Well,
That was my last
well,
time I
it
ever got
sounds
into a
like you're
fight.
in the right sport, man. It sounds like you are in the right sport.
Hey man, my dad put me in the sport, bro. Like everyone always tells me, man, when my dad put me into the martial arts, and people ask me, they're like, hey man, if you got into a street fight, I go, if I got into a street fight, I wouldn't just box you, bro. I wouldn't
Yeah.
box you. I'd kick you. I
Mm-hmm.
eye gouge you. I do all that stuff, bro. And they're just like, oh shit. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't just gonna box you, bro. If I get a hold of your face, you better best believe, bro. One of my fingers is going in your eye, your nose, something, bro. I swear to God, bro. If I get a hold of your face, I'm gonna stick my thumbs in your eye, bro. And but yeah, nah. Everyone's like, oh shit, bro. I didn't know it was like that. I'm like, yeah, bro. Martial arts, it's engraved in me, man.
Dang. Well, I know you're not using any of those tactics in your training right now,
Nah,
but
hell no, I can't.
where can people find out more about you and Team Combat League and training with you at the gym? What is that? Main Street Boxing is where you're training,
Main,
right?
yeah, Main Street
That's it.
Boxing. So you can find me at any of my handles, bro. Like at Hit First Hit Last. That's what it is. At Hit First Hit Last. That's on Instagram and Twitter. Um, you know, the gym is a great gym, bro. The gym that I train at,
Mm-hmm.
it's got a lot of world champions, man. I mean, we have UFC world champions, we have boxing world champions. It's one of the hottest gyms in America. So, um, anybody that's listening here in Greater Houston, come on and check us out, man. It's one of the greatest gyms right now. We got some good fighters coming out of there, and we got up and coming fighters, and we got the whole TCL Combat League that's
Yeah.
fighting out of that gym. So, um, there's some good things coming in 2024, man. So we'll see how it goes.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess that's gonna be it, man. That's it for this episode of the Unleashed Performance Therapy Podcast. If there's anything you want us to talk about on the podcast or anything that any guest that you want us to have, shoot us a DM on the Instagram at unleashed.tx. And y'all, be sweet to me. Scroll down to the bottom, give me a 5-star review, share the podcast with your family and friends. And until next time, peace.